Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. Today it's the 2nd of May 2025. It's 39 minutes past 10 in the morning here in the United Kingdom. We're back in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 in the PMDG 777-200ER. Now, I intended to stream on Tuesday when I was on standby. It's now Friday. I'm actually going to work late. It's my last day in the simulator. But my friends at MK Studios sent me a copy of their Seattle Tacoma scenery, which was released yesterday, so unfortunately I wasn't able to show you it pre-release, but whenever they have some new sceneries they very kindly send them over, and they are of a very good quality, a nice balance between performance and high quality. And we're doing a super short sector in, I should now say, the released PMDG 777-200ER. We're in Canada, Vancouver. We're flying to Seattle. Wait for it. Flight time 35 minutes. Now, we've actually switched airlines to Delta. This aircraft's actually been scrapped in real life because this route is operated by Delta on a little E170, but they've decided to utilise an old 777-200ER, which they don't operate anymore, but they've taken it from the scrapyard to do a shuttle flight of 320 passengers. And now this Vancouver scenery as well is completely free to download. This is from a developer called Project SCNE, and I was looking around and they have also added Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 compatibility, and it looks really good. So yeah, go check them out, and as I said, completely free to download. And the MK Studio scenery, which we'll fly into, is an excellent quality payware, which we'll look at when we arrive. Anyway, here we are, the Delta Airlines 777-200ER. They don't operate this aircraft anymore. This very aircraft, November 862 Delta Alpha, was regrettably scrapped. I looked online, and yes, it's in pieces in a desert somewhere. But yeah, they used to operate this aircraft back in the early 2000s, and then they got rid of all the 777-200ERs at some point. But yeah, we are live weather. 12 hours behind live time. I'm really glad to see that now Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 still lets you use live weather if you change the time on release. It used to use historic weather data, which was no good on VATSIM, but you can actually now use live weather and change the time, which is great to see. So yeah, in the sim, it's currently, what is it? The same time as here, basically, local. But no, it's not. What is it right now in Vancouver? It's 2:41 in the morning. Right now in the sim, it's 2:41 in the afternoon. That's what I've changed. Anyway, let's have a look who we have here in chat before we jump into the aircraft. As I said, we might have some people that don't watch streams, usually because I don't stream at this time. We've got Isaac Aviation Clips. He says, old Delta livery, beautiful. It's a very nice livery. That's why I chose it. Hope you're doing well. Hoo Chum, good afternoon from Hong Kong, watching this at work. Thank you, sir, for powering me through Friday. Thank you very much for popping in. I hope you're doing very well from Hong Kong. Adam Fox, be interested to hear what people are preferring, the 777 or the 350. Been holding off to hear options. Yes, the Builds A350, obviously a very popular aircraft as well. PMDG have been doing this for a very long time, 20 plus years. So, I mean, I'm a Boeing guy, so I think I obviously find this aircraft easier to use, but then again, an Airbus, you just press go and off it goes as well. NZ255, I hope you're doing well. It says, can we do a walk around? Yeah, we can have a look at the external model if you like. It's very nice. Who else got here? Luke Zupan, Big Jacko Gaming, welcome aboard, guys. Bryce W, Adrian Burke, and Simbear, good day to you guys as well. Yes, I had a few issues with my keyboard. It wasn't working in the sim, so I just turned my keyboard off and on again, and hey presto, it just started working just like that. So, technology, eh? Simbear says, A350, superior, obviously. Yeah, not so sure about that one. But yes, it's a great aircraft nonetheless. Anyway, let's have a little look around this 777-200. So this livery is really timeless, and it had this brushed aluminium, I think, at the bottom here. Yeah, looking really nice, and you can see the sort of reflection there as well. But yeah, we will be carrying hardly any fuel on this SIG today. This second today will be really short. Kanapki, thank you very much. €6 donation. That's most kind, sir. I never know what time of the world it is for you. Thank you very much.
Starstruck emoji.
Starstruck emoji, brilliant. Well, yes, it's a beautiful aeroplane. Yes, 777 PMDG, all their aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The external models are very nice. As we had a look at this aircraft externally with our last stream, it looks good. Have you noticed my performance improvements compared to last stream in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? I've made some changes, so yeah, I'm getting much better performance as well with my settings. I'm constantly jigging around, but there we go. Now, where's the APU exhaust in the 777? I've never sort of fully understood. Oh, there it is on the side. It's a really cool design, isn't it? But yeah, not many aircraft have this classic Delta livery anymore, and one of the big three American airlines, of course. Anyway, let's jump on into the cockpits. There we are. Oh yes, what a transition. Oh, there I am with my baseball cap on backwards. Wonderful. Cool, so completely cold and dark. Oh my goodness me, we've got gifted members coming in straight away. We've got Itch It and Scratch It. gifting members to Josh, Feeder Bryce, W JetBlue 1441, Johan Jacobs, Aerocentric as well. Welcome on board, guys, and Itch It Scratch It. Very generous of you, and you've been a member for 4 years on the channel, so thank you very much for your support for that incredible period of time. Itch It Scratch It. I've just noticed a comment above from someone called George Spencer. I am well, admit I don't know this individual. Hello, George. He's my stepbrother who's gone into simming. I actually saw your message this morning on WhatsApp, George, and yeah, he's bought all the equipment, but he's my #1 fan, no doubt. No, I hope you're doing well, buddy. I'll drop you a message later on, and hopefully we'll see you this weekend at some point. I'll play a little early today, yeah, so as I said, I was meant to be streaming on Tuesday, but I was very busy with baby and lots of other things going on, so I had to postpone this to today, and as I said, I'm in the sim later on this evening at work. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. As I said, this is a super short flight we're doing today from Vancouver to Seattle. You can see here on Navigraph, we've got, I guess, a distance of about 150 nautical miles, but there's a lot of flights between these two cities in real life. Of course, this will be the middle of the night here usually, but yeah, we'll be departing off runway 26 left, which is currently in use, and then landing on runway 34 right, which is also the current runway in use, and we've got great weather conditions for this sector. We'll just take standard block fuel, and as I mentioned, we're simulating a full load of passengers today. Anyway, again, remember, I don't fly the triple, so I do sort of fly like a 7-3, and we had some good input on the last stream regarding some pointers from 777 operators, which was really good to see. Again, I love to fly everything like a 737. Anyway, let's get some electrical power on the aircraft. So battery on, and we've got the external power available. So we'll turn on primary and secondary external power. There we are. We will hear the aircraft ping up to life. Why is it in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? If I just share my screen here for a second, guys, you get 3 volume controls, and yeah, that's the one that works, but this one does absolutely nothing, and then this one is not available. I don't know if other people are having the same issue, but I've always had that in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Anyway, we've got some power connected to the aircraft. We'll just go here to the electronic flight plan, get our sim brief operational flight plan loaded, and then we'll do the rest of the loading later. And we'll fire up GSX2, and we'll start loading the passengers. So hopefully, there, sim brief okay. Request boarding. Is it going to work? GSX is a bit buggy, isn't it, with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? Request boarding again. There we go. Let's go with Strategic Aviation Canada because of reasons. No idea what ground handler that is, but there we are. We're loading the passengers and cargo as we speak. We've got Matthias Koch from PMDG here. Hope you're doing well. This is the release version. I updated it last night. Hope you're doing well. Well done on your release too. And is MK, someone said MK Studios is here as well. I hope they are. I can't scroll up on my chat window because of YouTube. If MK Studios is here, hello, thank you very much for popping in. We look forward to showing off your Seattle scenery once we arrive as well. Make sure you stick around as well. You never know what you might have as a prize in today's stream. RS 2020, hope you're doing well. Welcome on board. So, external power is connected. We've started the boarding process. We've synced up our flight plan. Let's start our overhead panel scan. So we'll turn on the ADIRU. In-flight entertainment, passenger seat entertainment, cabin utility is on as well. We'll start the APU later. Window heat can come on. Let's attach the tug now. Emergency exit lights we can arm. We'll configure the hydraulics prior to pushback. Seatbelt sign. We do still need to refuel, but we'll just put the seatbelt sign on for ease. Lighting is all configured. Nav lights are already on. Didn't do that last stream. Fire overheat test, but there we are. We'll do a quick test. There we go. Centre tank pumps on. We won't have a huge amount of fuel for today's sector. And the air conditioning panel is all set.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
You'd obviously do a
pushback.
light test there as well to make sure it's all working. Good. There we are. The aircraft's powered up. Let's pop on the flight directors. I am live on VATSIM, but I anticipate no ATC whatsoever on today's sector. And we will now just set traffic on the EFIS panels. Let's get the latest weather for
Departure checks completed.
Vancouver.
Bypass pin inserted.
So here we go. So weather, we've got light and variable winds, clear skies, 12 degrees, 29 at 85 on the altimeter, which are set now. Simbear, thank you very much, very generous of you. £10 donation coming in from one of the very active members. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
got the 737 and the 787 in my hangar now, and the overheads in this 777 and the 787 look so much more logical and better laid out than the 737.
I won't deny that, Simbear. Look, the 737 is a design that's coming up to sort of 70 years old, 60, 70 years old, and yes, the 777 and 787 have a very it's a common type rating, also just a sort, essentially I think you do a shortened type rating if you convert onto the other, but yes, far more automated. You can leave it all on auto. The 737 is a steam train in comparison. So, yes, the 737, yes, and the 777. But yeah, I agree, but I like the 737. Thank you very much, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Please calling it every time that. Yeah, crazy sarcasm. Welcome to another 737 live stream. EFIS panel is set, as we mentioned. We just got the inches of mercury, 2985, and is coming up. There we are. So we've got the altimeter set. Let's set the MFRA in the 777. Let's now load up the flight management computer. So FMC. Now the 777's officially released. Prior to that, I couldn't get the AIRAC installed, and I forgot to check it. So I do have an expired database. Not to worry. The waypoint names haven't changed this stream, but I'll make sure that's updated for our next 777 stream. We'll put in our GPS coordinates. We can say where we are, which is Vancouver, Charlie Yankee, Victor Romeo. Gate information we don't use. Let's route request, sim brief. It's a lovely day. So again, here's the operational flight plan. We'll just take standard block fuel. So if I hide this, press flights, view sim brief OFB. So you can see the block fuel is 11319. Hey! Oh, that's reserves, 13.7. Block 25? What's going on here? That's not synced up correctly, has it? Block fuel 25 tons, but we need 11.4. I wonder what's happened there. I'll have to look into that. Oh no! I know what it is. It's in pounds. Ugh, pounds. We've got to fix that, guys. I'm sorry. I thought I'd change that on my test sector. Luke Zupan, gifted member. Thank you very much for that. Jerky Jacko. You've been gifted a member from Luke Zupan. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Sasha coming in as well. Thank you very much indeed. It says, at work, very busy, keeping me sane by listening in. Thank you very much, both Luke Zupan and Sasha, for your generosity there. Really appreciate it. Yes, we need to switch this over to a easier to understand format. It's under PMDG setup options, simulation, no. Which one is it? Aircraft, displays, kilos. Let's have a look at that now. So, route request one more time, sim brief. That's better. 11.3, much better. Gimli glider. I know that is the rookie mistake I could make here. So, set the fuel, set the payload. So that's put the fuel and payload in. Reserves are 6.2. Our alternate is actually to come back into Vancouver here. Look, 6226 required. So, yeah, minimum block fuel. So, let's select the route. And route requesting. It's loading in as we speak. What? Bryce says, what is kilograms? Yeah. Just in Europe we like to mix things up with feet, knots, and kilos. Itchin Scratch said, did you speak to the vacuum controller post the last monthly group fight? I have, and he has accepted some gifts. However, members expect to post from me regarding some other information about that. I've sent him 2 mugs. He doesn't want any other vouchers or anything like that, so I will be returning the favour to you guys. But more information, I'll make a post about that later. Anyway, we shall activate that, execute the flight plan, uplinking all the information via ACARS, load. Sounds like GSX is doing his thing. How many passengers have we got on? 102 of 320, and continuously increasing, I hope. Well, it seems to be stuck on 102. Hopefully that will continue. Great, routes in. Execute, departure arrivals. We'll be departing off runway 26 left today. It's going to be a Vancouver 2 departure. We'll be arriving into Seattle. They're currently using the northerly runways but departing on the south in the middle of the night. So ILS-34 right, it will be a Marina 8. I don't know how you pronounce that. Now, they've got the outdated database, so we'll have to select the 7. And then it's a Sonda transition. We're coming in via... what waypoint was it again? Roesh. Execute, legs page. Let's just check for any discontinuities. If we go to plan, increase the scale, and we can just step through the waypoints. There's a discontinuity to start because it's a radar vector departure. and then it'll be headings onto the extended centre line. Perfect. Jerky Jacker, hi. Has flight deck been on the siders already? I hope not. I've got work later. Hasabasso, recently, is it really this early flight deck to sim? I thought you didn't exist this early. I know. It's an unusual time to stream, but yes, about 80% of my usual viewers are currently at work, so that's probably why we won't have a huge amount of people watching. Right. I've loaded the routing in. Let's do the performance, so we can accept the performance data from the FMC. Zero fuel weight, fully loaded. Look, 195.3 again, not far off the maximum zero fuel weight of 200 tons. That's 320 passengers plus 20 tons of freight, so super heavy. Only cruising at flight level 210. However, the flight plan shows 230. We should be able to get up to 230. Let's put that in. Let's now do the performance. So we'll press the home tab, performance tool, import the information from the operational flight plan. We'll just select the departure runway first, import from OFP, and aircraft the weight information. So takeoff weight's in 206.6, and import the weather. We'll press calculate. That's showing a flat 5 departure, TO2 47 degrees with an EPR of 1.317. So TO2 47 degrees. And EPR 1.32, this is showing 1.317, that's fine. Takeoff, flap 5, we can line select this for the CG, 27.9. Set the trim, 5.75 units. Every Boeing aircraft's the same, isn't it? Oh, do I need to turn the hydraulics on to set the trim? Ah, you see on the 7.3 it's electrical trim, but I guess it's some sort of hydraulic operation here. Or do you set the trim after engine start the triple? I'm not so sure. What I'll do though is I'll configure the overhead panel hydraulics as per 777 SOP. So right elect demand hydraulic pump auto, and then it's the primary C1 and C2 hydraulic pumps on. Left elect hydraulic pump to auto. The demand, then the C1 and C2 air demand hydraulic pumps auto. I wonder now if I can set the trim, which was 5.75. Yes, so it does require hydraulics. Interesting. So there you go, there's a difference between the 737 and 777 series. Great, 5.75 units set. So the FMC is loaded, performance is in, V2 I've set 146 knots. There's no SID stop level on this, we'll go straight up to our cruise level of 230. The runway heading for us is... Let me just get Navigraph up for myself. So a bit of a taxi for us is 263, so we'll set 263. Is that another aircraft on VATSIM I can hear starting up? Oh yeah, look, there's an Air Canada pushing back. There he goes. Yes, I've got model matching all set up. Thank you very much to Domino Mosina for helping me set that up in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, so we've got all the liveries. There we are. Yeah, the sound effects you get in Microsoft Flight Simulator with VATSIM is really good. Right, we'll start the APU. And how's the boarding going? 210. It's a bit slow, isn't it? Well, let's brief, and then we'll wait for the passengers to finalise. We'll get all on board, and then we'll finalise the boarding process. Whilst I'm doing that, order brake to RTO. Trim set, radio tuning panel. Get that set up as well for departure. And squawk, we'll just preset 2000 as we're offline. There we go. Cool. So once boarding's complete, guys, we'll push back off our stand, which I can't remember which one it was that I spawned on. It's probably not a Delta stand in real life, but international terminal facing west, and then we'll go out via Juliet Hotel, Delta, and then we'll depart full length runway 26 left. Well, we'll take Delta 5 intersection, and it's a lovely SID. It's a Vancouver 2 departure, high transition altitude. It's just basically maintain heading. So for us, off the westerly runways, climb runway heading 263, or as assigned by ATC, boom, done, heading select. And we'll climb up to 3,000 feet. Once we're at 3,000 feet, we'll make a left turn direct to our first en route waypoint, making sure we're clear of the city to Roesh, which is the termination point of the SID. Perfect. So APU is all starting. I'll wait for the Air Canada to obviously taxiway as well. Blistering boarding takes longer than the flight. Passengers might not even care to sit down. Yes, we're just standing in the cabin. Having stored, there is a way to improve the sounds in X-Plane VatSim. It's still not as good as Microsoft Flight Sim, but not a vacuum cleaner anymore. Having stored, could you send me the link to that in Discord so I can have a look into it? Because yes, the X-Plane sound effects are the original X-Plane 9 engine sounds, and it's truly awful. Whereas in Microsoft Flight Simulator you can hear other aircraft's engines starting, you can hear them shut down, you can hear them taxi past. It's a bit more volume, so it's really, really nice. Kyle says, how do you get the charts app to overlay like that in the sim? So you can't, obviously you can see that, but I can't see that on my screen, so I have two monitors. So I use Streamlabs, and Streamlabs basically shows you an overlay, and I use my second monitor to manipulate it, but my main monitor looks just like this, without the overlay or the overlay at the bottom, so I have just the whole sim. So that's how I manage that. But I highly recommend two monitors or a second computer or iPad or something, so you can have your charts on display. That's how my setup works. Who Chum says, can we have a Cathay Pacific 777 or A350 stream into out of Hong Kong, please? Now, yes, I think we've got to look at the group flight in that part of the world, but we've done a Hong Kong group flight before, so I've noted your request, and Asia doesn't have a huge amount of exposure streaming-wise, so yes, we could potentially look at that in the future. Anyway, let's jump back into the cockpit. How's the boarding going? Must be close now. 210 still? Why is it so slow? I think GSX is having a hoo-ha. It's sort of boarding in chunks. Why so slow? Lulu, oh yes, you guys are talking about the hydraulics with the stab trim. Very good to know. NZ255 says, cockpit's very clean for a plane. Delta pulled out the scrap. Yeah, we've looked after it. We're going to Alpaca Airways very soon. It's stuck, isn't it? GSX has gone, I'm not boarding anymore. Oh my goodness me, just like that, we've gained 81 passengers. Okay, maybe it's boarding in chunks. Do we actually see the passengers? Or, I don't know with this. Let's have a little look outside here. No, I think I've got the passengers off. You also have the ability for them all to sit down, but oh, the doors are actually closed. Oh no, they're boarding from back here, aren't they? Oh, there they are. Yes, I don't have it modelled so you have them all sat down in the seats, because that that guy was a bit of a hunchback. Hilarious. And that got interesting pose. What? Oh, they're actually ducking to get through the door. Oh, if they are, I love that, even though the door's not open. I think that lady might have been the last passenger. Oh no, there they are. Goodness me. Oh, that guy got stuck in the galley. Brilliant. Yes, why hasn't the door opened? I'm not so sure, but looks like boarding's almost complete. We've got ladies wearing tartan shirts and skirts. Oh, the attire here of the Canadians is very interesting. Also everywhere in the world, I think, when it comes to GSX. We've got different characters than before, though. Anyway, let's go back to the business end. It's still a bit stuttery, isn't it, when you move the camera around in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. There we are, boarding complete. Let's prepare for pushback. Don't have New Sky running, so I don't think it fully works yet with 2024, but there we are, jet bridges retracting. The Air Canada is well on his way now. Beautiful livery. Is this gate 9 3/4? Harry Potter reference. It's the only one that can fit a 777. It's a beefy tug we've got down there as well. Right, I want nose facing left.
Release parking brake.
Well, slow down here. So first things first, let's disconnect the external power. And we are going to go here to
Release
this.
parking brakes.
Ground operations, remove chocks.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
Oh, the parking brake was already
wheel.
off. Well, fair enough. Off we go. Oh, look at that. Only 4 minutes late. It's very quick to set up the triple. There I am, bumping around on my own. And there's the beefy tug. Looks great, the quality. Hey, he's reversing. Oh no, there's two drivers? What? What is this? Wait, does this tug have a ground power unit on it? I've never seen one like that. That's an absolute beast. Anyway, there's the wing walkers. Let's get the engine started. What have these got? Rolls-Royce, I think. Yes, we've got EPR, haven't we? Right, starting engine number 2. So the triple, move that straight to start, and then straight to run. Peter, where's Jim? Did we leave him outside? Yes, he's not coming with us today. Lulu says, if you're using the Rolls-Royce, the APU has enough juice to start both of the engines at the same time. We didn't do it on the line, though, commonly with the trip. Oh, really? So can I start... Really? Oh, I wish I knew that before, but I'm going to commit to my usual engine start sequence. There's the Trent spooling up. Actually, no, I don't know if these are Rolls-Royce engines. Got a different spinner. Talk with Grandpa, I'm not sure, Isaac. Thank you, Having Storm. I'll have a look at that later. Beavis, have you seen the 777-9? It has the new screens like the newest 737 Maxes. Yes, I have seen a picture of that. There, it looks like a good start on engine number 2. So we have EPR, N1, EGT has stabilised. Starting engine number 1. Very quiet up here. Great, I'll just turn up the sim sound slightly.
Set parking brake.
Coming up, madam. We've got to do that one, yes. Very chill here in the cabin in the cockpit. Yep, there's a Trent 800, very cool. Yeah, I think they've got the different spinners compared to our first stream when we flew. Was it? I can't remember. Was it United?
Unlocking gear.
Unlocking gear. Very good. Look at the jet blast coming out the back of it as well. Looks like a good start on engine number 1 as well.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Perfect.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Is there a vape coming out of it? Don't think so. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Crikey, and I forgot to do that prior to pushback. The electronic checklist. Oh no. Right, oxygen, yeah, we did that. Flight instruments are good. Fuel control switches are not on cutoff. That's done. MCP I did set. V2 heading and altitude. Speeds are set. CD pre-flight was complete. Trim I set. Taxi and takeoff briefing complete. Beacon on. And before start checklist complete. Auto override. Pre-flight. Before taxi. There we are. So, seen the pin. So before taxi. Anti-ice not required. Recall is done. Checked. Flight controls. Let's check those now. Just reset my seating position. Hello everyone. Shorts today. Fall forward, fall back, left and right. Rudders right and left. Recall we did. Flight controls. Ground equipment's clear. Next checklist is before taxi flaps to 5. I just need to remember to turn off the APU, which is here. And all the rest is all completely automated in the 777. Great, just wait for the flaps. Beacon not on. Yeah. Just, that's why the checklist wasn't satisfied. I was testing you all. Great. Beacon is now on. And flaps extending to 5. Leading edge devices are still extended, but there we go. Right, I was told in the 777 you do not need to do a config check. So you just release the parking brake and off we go. So we'll just add a little bit of thrust. We're not super heavy today, remember. We're going to taxi, as mentioned before, straight ahead. Left on Juliet, Delta, and then full length for runway 26 left. Sounds nice on this. Confirmation bias in the flesh, yes. There we are. And another thing, don't forget to turn on your forward-facing lights before you commence taxi. Right. Yeah, this is really good for freeway scenery. One of the best freeway sceneries I've seen for Vancouver. So go check it out, guys. It's on the Flight Sim TO site, and it's called Project SCNE Vancouver. All the taxiways are up to date, completely free to download, and compatible with both Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. Bone King says, still not sure to buy the 200 variant. I already have the Freighter and 300 versions, and to pay almost $200 for all variants is a bit expensive. Yes, I mean, that's the way PMDG sort of release their products, is for each variant. It really depends if you want to replicate 777-200 procedures. You know, I have the 300 and 200, the Freighter. I didn't get. I think the Freighter would be a good option because it's a completely different operation. But yeah, it's what is the release of this aircraft? I don't know what the exact price is, but they are, you know, you pay a pretty penny, but you get a pretty product. That's the main thing. Luke, Boeing a short flight with a heavy load can landing weight be an issue? Not really, Luke, because it's just all fuel. It's no different to, say, doing an 8-hour flight burning off the fuel. Your zero fuel weight, the load of the aircraft, doesn't change. So you just arrive with a similar amount of fuel than you would do on a long haul flight. So it's a little left and a little right. Beautiful. Well, I say morning here in Vancouver. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning, but 3 o'clock. Live time here in the sim. Well, no, sorry, no, 10, 11. No, we're 12 hours behind live time, just to ensure that we have daytime. $77. Oh yes, they price it very well, don't they? 77.72. I can see what they did there. But yeah, now I've got model matching in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. One of my biggest gripes with this sim is this whole stuttering. So if you move your head, there you go. Look, you max out your VRAM and your graphics card when you do this. But when you're not doing that, it's really smooth and the texture's looking good. So maybe a little bit more in the future. I think 2020 is still far more solid, but yeah, we'll see moving forward how it develops. Hi, I do hope you're doing well, buddy. So slight left here. Oh, I should be unicomming, shouldn't I? Oh, I always do this. Next thing is getting the radio tuning panel to work in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. There we are. Good, and then it's second left for the parallel taxiway delta for runway 26 left. A little bit more thrust here. This is Canada, so there's CTAF. Oh, CTAF. So remind me, guys. CTAF. I tune the tower frequency. Where would I find that on one of the approach charts? Is it Vancouver? Which one? Which CTAF frequency do I need? Why can't they just stick to Unicom? CTAF.CTAF CYVR. Do I type that in chat? Dot what? Dot what? Dot CTAF. Oh, cool, guys, you know everything. Oh, I'm not looking where I'm going. Dot CTAF space. I guess lowercase. CYVR 1187, amazing. Which is Tower South. You guys know your stuff. Was it to sort of stop Unicom getting congested? Very good. I will not remember that, so you have to remind me every single stream, guys. So I'll do a bit of a before takeoff checklist. Config checked, flaps, we have 5, stab trim set for departure, which was 4.75, takeoff briefing, well the air conditioning's all set. Speeds, we have 41, 42, 46 on the MCP, departure Vancouver 2, runway heading 3,000 feet, left turn en route, climbing straight to our cruise level, flight level 230, and we'll treat it like NADP 2, so, well actually no, at 1,500 feet it will bug up, won't it, with VNAV. And we can actually select now LNAV VNAV for departure. That's reviewed. Cabin is secure. Checks complete. Enable cruise out. We'll make that. I did on my test sector for about 20 miles, so all good, all good. Thanks for subscribing as well, Philip Thurf. Welcome aboard. Posco, do you use more than one monitor on your PC? Yes, I do. So I've got 2 monitors up here. I'll show you if you wish, if you're very lucky to be watching this early morning. There we are, so I've got the sim there, and then I've got Navigraph, VPilot, and you guys over here, so that's the setup I have. That's a stream first. No, oh, there's my fat belly. No, I think I've shown it a few times. Right, I really need to concentrate, that's why this is a critical phase of flight. Staying on the taxiway. Adrian says, not so much congestion, but I think more realistic to what happens in the US without ATC, correct me if I'm wrong. Ah, possibly. Alex says it's tragic the Boeing dropped the beige colouring with the 7.8. Yes, it's very 80s toilet decor, isn't it, this colour? Right, we are poodling along at 18 knots, just had a little bit of thrust. Sterile cockpit. Yes, never seen such a thing on a live stream. Great freeway scenery, this. Yeah, this is a 35-minute flight, don't forget. There's a lot of flights between these two airports a day as well, but they're little commuter jets. Not wide-body commercial jet airliners. Well, I'll take the intersection departure here. Do we taxi till Seattle? We could do. We could find a road. Isn't there an add-on that's like a car or something, or a truck, and you can drive around in the sim? It's funny. Right, that's done. So MCP is set. Transponder down here to TARA. Strobe lights I've already turned on, or have turned on now. Lights are on, checklist complete. I have to say, the taxi in 2024, or it might be the PMDG 777, has improved. Still not... I prefer an X-plane, but it has improved. You can actually, you know, there's a bit of inertia to the aircraft now. Right, it's quite a long aircraft, so let's just overshoot that centre line slightly. But you see what I mean? Braking is either off or on, but yeah, it's actually much easier to line up than it was in previous versions. Oh, what a lineup! What a lineup! What a lineup! Right, shall we go to Seattle, ladies and gentlemen? Toga's in chat. Run the timer. Turn up the sounds. There we go. Perfect. Don't know what the target is for stabilise, but looks good. Set takeoff thrust. Looking for 1.317. There we are. Takeoff thrust set. Indications normal. We're off.
80 knots.
Checked. Release forward pressure.
V1 rotate.
Up we go. God, we didn't use much runway at all. Nice. It flies well. Positive rate of climb. Gears coming up. And our nav. Very light, so look at that. It's wanting us to pitch above 20 degrees. I think on other operators that's okay, but we don't go above 20 here. So VNAV speed, when we get to 1500 feet, it will command 230 knots, and then we'll lower the nose to accelerate. Try and do a little external view for you. Beautiful. Look at that. Fantastic. So there's 1500 feet. It's going to lower the nose now to get us to accelerate to 230 knots. We're already above the 5 speed, so we'll select flat 1. Climb straight ahead to 3000 feet. There's climb thrust. So I mentioned you don't need to trim the 777. Just give it one blip if you need. Flaps up. Yeah, fantastic departure. I have to say the sim's looking really nice. There we are. So flaps are up. We'll just wait till 3000 feet for noise primarily. That small up time looked pretty accurate, yeah. I think whilst taxiing it's a bit slow from ground idle, but second takeoff thrust was pretty decent. Alright, accelerating to 250 knots. There we are. So the flight director response on the 777, all the Boeing products by PMDG is really nice. The automations are really some of the best. Alright, 3000 feet. Go to legs. Route director Roesh. Execute. Unable cruise. We should make that. LNAV available, LNAV, and don't forget to engage the autopilot. Command. Fantastic. David, Microsoft Flight Sim so behind the look of the newest X-Plane 12. Well, I think X-Plane 12 has massively improved the latest beta. I think the clouds, when you'll see on route here, looks really, really nice, and the cityscapes. But yeah, X-Plane has improved significantly recently. And H, if you put exclamation mark PC in chat, you'll get all the specs. 3080. Probably older card, but I've lowered my settings to sort of accommodate that. Yeah, you can see a very, very brief cruise segment, but we'll get up to flight level 230 nonetheless. In fact, we'll help it out. We'll go full climb, which is under... oh, where is it on this aeroplane? Index, Perth. No, index, thrust limit. Full climb. There you go, that will help. Beautiful. Yeah, you can see Vancouver off to our left hand side. So yeah, it looks amazing. There's the city over there. Superb. So that's what a before takeoff checklist we did, and after takeoff checklist complete, next is descent. Close the checklist. So yeah, 3,200 feet per minute with just 10 tons of fuel on board. Beautiful part of the world. And now I'm away from the ground. The performance I get in the sim is really good. It's like capped for the stream at 45 FPS, but I could get 60 now. Alright, I'll turn the sound down slightly as we climb up to our cruise level, getting ready to do the pre-cruise checks. And whilst we're climbing up to 230, we need to get straight into setting up for the approach into Seattle on a short flight like this. Right, passing 10,000 for flight level 230 pre-cruise check, so fuel. We've got the tanks on, the wings on, lights can come off, APU's off, pressurization. Well, there's a triple, you don't really need to monitor it as much, but if you want to check, press the air button. Cabin altitude just 800 feet, land altitude set, and diff pressure, can't even see it, 4.4, and the outflow valve positions there. It's got 2 outflow valves, that's cool. Belts, let's go to auto, no smoking to auto, lighten them up, and recall. There we are, pre-cruise checks complete. I tried deactivating motion blur. It's on the lowest setting list, but it still has the stutters. But it is much better. Right, guys, we need to set up. Navigraph, get rid of Vancouver. Bye bye. And our SID is also the beginning of the star. The SID termination point is beginning of the star here at Roesch. So we're going to be flying here via Roesch, the Myrna 8. So it's 270 knots planned, and then we're going to be routing to Myrna. Where's Myrna? Myrna 270, 12,000. Penella 270, 12,000. Vegan 15 to 11,000. Unit 10,000 or above. Woobit 238,000 at 7,000 at ships, and then you maintain 7,000 feet downwind. And essentially, I'm going to position myself via Sonder onto the ILS, and we'll judge our turn point there. Now, hopefully we won't have the issue we had last stream where we had a WASM crash. And actually I got an email from Robert who was explaining to me that issues like they had in the PMDG or also other aircraft happening in any builds is when you execute, make changes in the FMC, you get a huge memory spike or something. It's a limitation in the sim which is causing one of the root causes to these WASM crashes, so it's something they're having to work with Microsoft Flight Sim to fix. It's quite interesting to hear. Anyway, on to the ILS. We don't need to set the frequencies, we don't need to set the courses, we do need to set the minimums, which is 572 feet, just set standard here. 572 on the minimums. So that's for a Cat 1 ILS, elevation's 400 feet. High elevation to the east, so we'll stay to the west if we have any problems. And missed approach, we have to go around, climb on 343 outbound off the Seattle VOR to a waypoint called Coiler. After about 3,000 feet, then climb to 5,000 feet to hold Seattle VOR radial 341 at Magnum. Zoolander, yeah. RVR is some funny figure I don't recognise, but we should be fine today. And the weather in Seattle is, as you can see out the window, very, very nice. 10 statute bars clear, 12 degrees, 2988 on the altimeter, so we can preset that. 2988. And yeah, that's it. Let's have a look at the landing performance. So landing on their most easterly runway, which is convenient for us, 34 right. We'll just take the first exit to the right as well. Kilo Hotel most likely. And if anyone could find out where the wide-body jets could park, Delta. I don't know if Delta operate wide-body jets from Seattle. I think they do, and they do Pacific routes. But yeah, we'll keep it realistic. Park where Delta would go. But let's have a look here at the. Oh my God! I pressed my shortcut for the funky music. Performance tool, landing en route, 34 right, input aircraft details and the weather, calculate. So flap 30, order brake 3, 2,000 metres halfway down, beautiful. The landing weight's going to be 202.3. Where's landing performance? What's that landing weight again? 202.4. Flap 30, order brake 3, and we'll use reverse thrust. Wake up everyone in Seattle. There we are, briefing complete, and we did that before reaching flight level 230. And there we are, levelling off. Beautiful down there, very nice. Isaac, motion blur does include a lot of frame drops, at least for me in 2020, so I hope you can still deactivate it in 2024. Roger, thanks Isaac and list them in. I will do that, making a note on my post-it notes. Disable motion blur. See if that gives me some extra frames. Cool. Nick, your stream's cracking me up. I was professional. You shouldn't be laughing. This is deadly serious. Miss Massimiliano Literi. Ciao. Captain, maybe an unrelated question, but what do you think about high fly as an airline? If you ever have an option, of course. Is that a real? Is that like a virtual one? Or another airline? I'm afraid I haven't heard of that one, Massimiliano. David, Marina probably references Marina as in the Seattle. Marina's the local Major League Baseball team. I have a feeling someone's told me that on a live stream before. Maybe V2. V2 is from this neck of the woods, if I remember. Right, we're approaching top of descent, so first restriction is burner at 12,000 feet. So let's preset 12,000 feet. So imagine ATC has said, yes, Delta 3943, send via the Marina 8 arrival, and then I know I can step down the altitudes. Oh, I forgot to turn the weather radar on. Not that I need it today. It's a beautiful day. Get some lovely haze and cloud here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 as well. Oh, high fly is a charter. I've never heard of them. I'm afraid, Massimiliano. I don't know anything about the airline, let alone I've not heard of it. So I'm sure they're a great airline. Wait, I might have heard of them. They're yes, someone said charter. They charter for Jet2, don't they? Manage the heading bug. Whee. I keep forgetting. I've got my beautiful Boeing thing. I can actually always manipulate the speed and heading using this. I never do it. It just works in this just works in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, which is great. Whereas in X-Plane it doesn't work properly unless you get lots of plugins and whatnot. What was I going to do? I feel like I was going to do something important. No, briefing complete. Set up the FMC. We're descending now. Top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. Fuel check 8.2. So we've got plenty of gas. Our alternate was about 6 something tons. 6.2. So we've got 2 tons to burn, but obviously our fuel flow will decrease now we're descending. Alex, how long is the underneath part of the clamp on that yoke? I'll show you, Alex. It's quite long, and I've got a curved desk, so gosh, I'll try not to reveal too much here. There you go. So it literally clamps under like this, and it's pretty long. You know, so it's just on there. It's really useful, and I've got a sort of. If you look here on my desk, you can't really see it's curved, so but it's not an issue for me, and I've got quite a thick desk. And then the same with the thrust levers. Look, there's just a little clamp there. But yeah, really easy to use, and obviously when I'm not streaming, I just put them away in its original box. There we are. Reset. Yeah, cam. Oh, I think I did a good job with the positioning. Wonderful. There we are. So down we go. I always forget to load the charts for convenience for you guys to monitor our flight path. So electronic flight bag. Let's select Navigraph. Arrival. Oops, what happened there? There we are. Where's the Marina 8? There we go. Pin. Approach. BILS 34 right. There we go. Pin. Perfect. And then we can select pinned for convenience. There we go. So coming into burner 12,000 feet or above. We're then going to Penella, still 12,000. Path's doing a really nice job. So the path, remember, just like in the NG and Max, it prioritises this. Doesn't do a huge amount of care for the speed. Or in the 777, we have this hold mode, so maybe it will add thrust straight away. Commander, can you estimate how much your yoke advances into the desks? Yes, 1 1/18 of an inch. No, I don't know. Would you like me to get my tape measure out? Let's have a look under the desk. I'll look right now. I haven't got yoke cam on, have I? You see my forehead. Under the desk, not as much as the top. I'd say about 4 inches. Matt using the Sim Update 2. Is it in beta? If it's in beta, no, Matt. I only use the public versions of Microsoft Flight Sim. Davson, what are you using for the yoke cam? It's a Logitech webcam, 1080p. It's a really good camera. I've had it since I've started yoke cam years ago. NZ255 says, put the T-trolley away, we're coming in. Yes, actually, we're going to put the seatbelt sign on. No smoking on as well, please. But I'm getting amazing performance today. It does require some research on YouTube and seeing what people with similar specs do to the settings, but yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Oh really, Lulu, hold FMA means speed is yours to control with the thrust levers. Oh, so it's like ARM in the 7.3, is it? Cool. Livery looks washed out. Let's have a look. It looks pretty good to me. Is it because of the? I think it's probably because of the bright sun. I think it looks timeless. Oh, set the altimeter. Passing the transition altitude, perfect. And passing Penella, we can now go down to Vegan, down to 11,000 feet. Set. Isaac looks less boring than the minimalistic modern liveries, agreed. Mark H, 2024 looks a little overexposed to me. Now, could that be my settings? Or, I mean, it's very, obviously there's, middle of the day here in the sim. So it's very bright. You guys have a better eye for these sort of things, but I like how it looks. But compared to release, I mean, it's still a lot of work to be done in 2024, but at least we've got some really high quality add-ons, commercial jet airliners that is, to enjoy and operate realistically in the sim. But yeah, I haven't got any reshades or edits like this, just stock 2024. Oh, a little bit of turbulence. Hang on. Wing flex is spot on, isn't it? Ah, look at that in the turbulence. Whoa! Crikey. It does move a lot, especially on the 7.8 and 350. That carbon fibre wing does jump around a bit. You've seen similar from other people, it could be a bit overexposed then. I mean, I just compared to what we used to have when I started simming 20 years ago, which is just flabbergasted, really. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in. There's quite a lot of people watching for this time of the morning. Most of my viewers currently in Europe and at work, or perhaps higher education, and appreciate you popping in. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like, and if you're just curious, want to keep up to date with what I'm up to on the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. I have noted we are only 2,500 subscribers from 100,000. 97,500 subscribers now. Maybe this year, we'll see. Many Germans are fortunate to have a free day today. Ah, is it bank holiday, Listerman? Lazy gaming, you're working from home, superb. There we are, so we've met the restriction at vegan, 250 knots coming up though, so I'm not sure when it's going to plan the decel. Unlike the 737 I found out last stream, the decel isn't enunciated on the ND, so it will at some point start reducing speed. There it is, 250 knots, 2.8, yeah, that will make that speed. Does that mean you get a silver play button, doodah? Yes, it does, Peter. Hi, Felix. Where's Felix? Oh, there he is. Morning. It's midday here. Lunchtime. Amazing, Felix. Welcome aboard. Hope you're all set up on your new computer. When are we going to get the cargo variant of your 747-200? The people keep asking. I keep asking. There we are. Overhead vegan. Inbound to unit. We can go down to 10,000 feet. Set. And Seattle is on the horizon. Isaac says today is a day off for us in Sweden. Fortunately, today was the 1st of May, public holiday, and we have a thing where if there's a public holiday on a Thursday, then we get the Friday off as well. Oh, ridiculous. Hello, Cadden51. Hi, Captain. Could you explain how the order brake setting is chosen? Absolutely. So, at the planning stage, for performance, you ideally want to find out where's convenient to vacate. So, I mean, I've not really done that here into Seattle. But in reality, let's say the airport says on the chart, please plan to vacate here. We input the data into a performance tool, and that will actually show us where we'll stop with all the order brake settings. And then we simply set the order brake. Now, obviously, the stronger the order brake, the greater the rate of deceleration. So remember, an order brake setting isn't a fixed set of brake pressure. It'll modulate the brakes to ensure a rate of deceleration. So if you start putting reversers out, things like that, the order brakes will do, or the wheel brakes will do less work. So it's a rate of deceleration, and so we essentially choose a combination of flap order brake to vacate at the planned point. Great, unit 10,000 feet or above. We're coming up to that waypoint, so let's set 8,000 feet. Oh, I better CTAF KSEA, shouldn't I? Oh, I forgot to go to Unicom. Oh, I'm not very good at this. So what was it? Dot... Oh, I forgot what it was. Dot what? I need to write this down. Dot CTAF KSEA. That's what I need to do. Really, order brake 1's discouraged on the 777. Interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, we very rarely use it on the 73. Otherwise, you need a 4,000 metre runway. 8,000 feet set. Ships next 7,000. Post-cruise checks, passing 10,000 feet, lights on, and the bank. We didn't need to set pressurizations, good, seatbelts on, one more recall, good, checks complete. .CTAF IKO, thank you. When do I tune that up? On final from Unicom. It's 119.9 apparently. I've CTAF'd. Alright, so we should be downwind. The Seattle scenery, obviously from here things are loaded in off the internet and Microsoft Flight Simulator. But rest assured when we get a little closer, it'll load in very nicely. There we are, downwind, roughly at 9,000 feet, probably a smidge high. So we'll continue towards the final point. Approaching Hubit, so 7,000 feet next, and then we'll maintain heading, and then we'll self-position. Oh my goodness, I didn't put any fixed rings in. I think that's cabin ready. There we are, perfect. So we'll aim to turn base at around 12 miles. Order brake 1 can cause brakes to flick off and on the carbon brake wear per application not loading. Absolutely, and that's the sort of way we brake on the Max, which has carbon brakes. We sort of get up to taxi speed and then we use one brake force to sort of bring it down to speed, then let the brakes instead of just riding them or just constantly tapping them. Ah, Lauren, you will know. You can tune it to whatever. 228 isn't so useful anymore where CTAF is in use. Oh, I've got Seattle CTAF on anyway. One to go. And the VNAV and the PMDG has been absolutely, well, line standard, aircraft standard. Very good. Put me on speed on every altitude restriction. No questions asked. Good, so imagine Seattle radar has said Delta 3943 maintain present heading, and it's vectors now for ILS 34 right, heading select. And imagine we've been cleared to descend to 6,000 feet, which is set. Now if I push this, yes, it will delete the restriction. And will it be like the 737? Will it do 1,000 feet per minute now? Yes, and it says VNAV speed, we'd have path, but there we go. Very similar behaviour to the 7.3. Good, so under radar control. Now I just need to judge my turn on to final. Just imagine we've been cleared to descend to altitude 5,000 feet. We'll set that to 1,000 foot increments so we can hear those engines spooling up. Ugh. Let's go down to 4,000. Turn up the sim slightly so you can enjoy these glorious sounds. There we go. Uh oh, it's leveled off. VS. Ooh, where's it going? So again, this is where the 777 has different logic. We're not going to go all the way out to Sonder, but I am a bit high at the moment to sort of turn straight onto a base here. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go level change, which will close the thrust levers to idle, he says. Oh really? Flight level change and it's like throttle hold. Interesting. Yes, now I've accelerated, so speed brake up. So this... yeah, it is closing the thrust levers, isn't it? Okay, we might have to go to Sonder because I'm a little bit high to turn base at the moment. Speed brake's out. I think it's a little bit more effective, the speed brake, compared to the 7.3. Yeah, that's looking really nice. Hello, new Geek, welcome on board. I think we should slow the speed, but I think we should be all right to route direct to Clues now. Execute. See how far we are from the path. LNAV available. 500 feet low, perfect. I've judged that turn base very nicely. What's the platform altitude for ILS 34 right at Clues? It's 4,000 feet, so that's set. And we're just going to go VS now on base. 1,000 feet per minute, and we'll go flat 1. And descend to 3,000. Beautiful. It's actually a very wide base leg, so I've actually made myself quite low. But rather low than high. Ah, what a beautiful morning. This is sort of half loading in, but better than it was on launch. Crikey, what's going on in the cockpit? Do I dare look? It's just correcting onto the path. Yeah, we're on the approach now, new. Flat 5. On 80 knots on base. So we'll just leave it at very shallow descent, vertical speed of around 300 feet per minute. You've got the glide slope on the NPS scales, which is the wide diamonds, and then the magenta pink one is your VNAV path, so you can see the paths coming in very nicely. Alarm approach. Well, it's going better than our inaugural 777-200 stream. 80-degree intercept, yeah, it's fine, you can do it. And it's not really an 80-degree intercept, it's sort of like a base turn. Andre is not happy with the wing, saying it looks unrealistic. Yeah, it's not a radar vector intercept anyway, Lauren, it's sort of self-position. Oh my god, does the 777 match the heading for you after localizer capture? Well, I'm already jealous. I just saw the heading bug zip round flap 15. Very jealous. Of course, it's an American airport, so it won't read 0 at the threshold. No, 0.3. Do I dare try to record the video of the landing? Oh, shall I? Should we try it? Recording. Yeah, okay, so now I'll minimise that because I know if I close it, I'll not be able to open it again. Oh, beautiful. So flat 15 seems under 777 to hold the final approach speed quite nicely. 3 degree ILS, we're at idle thrust. Oh, crikey. And it seems to be holding the speed quite nicely. Captain says, "Why do you? How dare you fly the 777 whilst I'm sleeping through the night?" Brilliant. So 777, guys. We obviously dropped the gear at 4 miles. Probably a bit too late in the 777. When's a good point? Where are we going? Come on, aeroplane, turn left. What is going on? Come on, follow that flight director. The real aircraft is very good at staying on the flight director. The autopilot, certainly on the 7.3. Okay.
2500.
I think we're good. So let's keep monitoring the descent. So we'll drop at about 7 miles. Bradley, this is the PMDG 777. Well, it's really bumpy here. Welcome aboard Road Sports. 6 miles for gear for us, Lulu. We will go for 6 miles. Or 6.3, seeing the DME reads 0.3 at the threshold. Yeah, the wind's, yeah, somewhat variable. Alright, coming to 6.3 miles, so gear down, flap to 20, and landing checklist. Where's checklist button? Ah. So, pre-flight, no, descent, we did all that. Check. Pre-flight done. Approach, yeah, altimeter set, check. Landing, speed brake. Landing flap coming out. Speed check for flap 30, need to be below 170 knots, which we are. VRF plus 5. Almighty Snock's loving the sexy livery, was his wording. Oh yeah, don't forget glide slope capture, missed approach altitude 5,000 feet set. Alright, so we've got flare armed auto land, but we don't disconnect the auto throttle, do we, in the triple? We just disconnect the autopilot and hand fly. Okay, I have no idea what the target thrust setting is in a triple, in EPR, but we'll leave it around there and we'll leave the auto throttle in anyway. So just set the camera up. That's looking better there. Alright, disconnecting autopilots. Cancel the horn, perfect. Right, that's it. Leave the auto throttle in. All I've got to do is... What on earth's going... What was that clicking sound? Has the gear come up or something stupid? I think it might have been the speed brake. Yeah, it's disarmed itself. There we go, clunk. Alright, cleared to land, checklist complete. Say, what do you reckon? Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is looking very nice. Beautiful. Pilot's discretion on auto throttle in or out. Oh, really? Well, I instinctively want to turn it off, but my 777 operators I know in real life have said leave it in. 32-minute flight time, super short.
Approaching minimum.
Checked. A little bit on the glide, continue. Correcting. There we are, back on path. So no wind at all now.
100.
Keep descending. Keep descending.
50. 30.
Check.
20. 10.
Are we down? I think that was a butter. Speed brakes up. Reverses. What was my landing rate? I think it was definitely a butter. There we are. Reverses. Oh, that's idle reverse. We'll take that because it's very early in the morning here. Reverses. 100 knots. 80 knots. Manual braking. 60 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Seattle. Oh, it didn't come up. I know why, because my last stream was X-Plane and turned it off. Well, it was clearly a butter. There we are. And we'll vacate here. We're down to 10 knots. Oh. And this is taxiway Bravo. Welcome to MK Studios Seattle scenery. Can't stick reverse. Right, did anyone find out where I need to park? With cars that look very smooth, probably like minus 70 to minus 100. Don't you mean minus 7 to minus 10? Did you just add that 0 in for banter? The recording will show the truth. What recording? Anyway, welcome to MK Studios Seattle scenery. Sierra Gate's pretty sure is Delta Land, and Jet Power says Sierra 11. Jet Power, you're the boss. We'll go to stand Sierra 11, which is... Let's have a look here together. So I clean up the aircraft. Down here, just there off this main taxiway. Perfect. We'll park there and we'll have a look around the scenery. That was a lovely little flight, wasn't it? Very nice. So we'll do a clean up here. So transponder to out off. Flaps are up. Trim. I don't know if you reset the sim in a triple, but let's reset the trim. I don't know. I'll put 5 units. Great performance as well. We'll set that to 5.1 to remind us we don't have the clearance. Reset that to 100. Oops. Oh, I can't find the click spots. There we are. They're off, and strobe's off as well. Perfect. We'll start up the APU. That was just a lovely flight. Nice little short sector in the 777. Not the sort of typical flight that this aircraft can operate. In certain parts of the world, so especially Asia, a lot of the countries there do utilise wide-body jets on short-haul routes. I think 777 I once caught between Singapore and Jakarta years ago with my stepbrother who was here earlier chatting. That was about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I think. I can't remember. Beautiful. And we'll explore the scenery anyway from MK Studios. There's a large Delta hangar over there, so we're just taxiing in realistically to start. Thank you, New F Geek. I didn't have New Sky on. Is New Sky's compatibility working now with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? I don't know. Crest follow me? No. Where's Swissport here? Oh. No Delta, let's go with Swissport. We will never know. It was a -7 with car, I'm pretty confident. Alright, Sierra 11's going to be coming up here on the left. Near the beta client for New Sky. I might just wait until it's in public then. So we need to cross over from this taxiway Bravo onto Whiskey. Let's bring it down to 10 knots. Actually, straight line pretty much is Sierra 11 here. Cool bridge, look at that. Here's Sierra 11. GSX waiting. Where's the marshaller? There he is. You can see him just here. Or her, not sure. There we go. It says wait. Oh, Boeing 777 recognised. Oh, all this stuff in Sims is ridiculous. So good. Slow down a little bit, becoming a bit hot. Oh, it's saying stop there, stop. Okay, fine. You're the boss. Right. Fucking brake is set. AP should be up and available. It's on the ECAM, isn't it? AP running, yeah? We can just shut the engines down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Seattle. Time in sim 22:55 Zulu. Current time in real world is 10:55 Zulu. Or 10:53 is slightly off. And what a lovely flight that was. 38 minutes ago we took off. And here we are. Beacon off. Seatbelt signs off. And let's request a boarding.
The boarding requested.
Here comes the A-bridge. This pipe delivers heated or cooled air to the cabin so the pilot doesn't have to leave the engines running. Oh, fact. Unless the APU's not really, working. Amazing. And we'll just run the shutdown checklist here on the UCAM. So hydraulic panel set. Yes, fuel pumps will turn off. I don't know what the sequence is here, but I'm going to leave it running for the replay anyway. And what else did I need to turn off? The fuel pumps. There we go. That will do. Perfect. Chase complete. GSX is doing its thing. I'll just stop the replay. So what do I do? You have control, right? I'm not going to press anything until after we've done a little bit of a scenery tour. And you know, sometimes I like to say thanks for all your support, guys. I'd like to purchase a voucher from Contrail so you can grab this scenery, or from any other flight sim store. So stay tuned. We'll go have a look around the scenery. Before you purchase it, have a go at winning the giveaway, and then go check out the MK Studios scenery. But here we are. Who wants to hear some facts about Seattle International? Think about it in chat and type it in here whilst I quickly find out on the internet. I'll show you the airport. I've actually been to this airport when Microsoft invited me to their release day for 2020. So, Seattle. What's the US state we're currently in? Is it Washington? We're in Washington State. And here we are. We're on Sierra 11. Now this is an MK Studio scenery, and I do really like MK Studio. So the stuttering you're seeing there is actually from me loading stuff in the background, but now that's finished. It's lovely, smooth performance. You guys know my specs, and you can see how beautifully it runs on my mediocre PC. You can see here we are, passengers in the terminal, ready to board the next Delta flight to Vancouver. But let's have a little look and explore around here. Exclamation mark fact, isn't that South Africa? Oh, cool! Look at this bridge. So you have a bridge here. It's very Gatwick-esque, isn't it? There we are. So you've got some It's actually aircraft on VATSIM. I don't know if it's that or static. But yeah, here we are over the main terminal. Ground textures all realistic. The layout as of Seattle today. You've got the railway bridge here with animated trains on. Very, very nice. There's no two stutters on landing. Still haven't cracked that. That's just Microsoft Flight Simulator. Nothing you can do. What on earth is this building? It's a miniature coal power plant. Oh, cool. Animated fan blades, ladies and gentlemen. But the great thing is about these high detailed sceneries, if you guys fly in and out of these airports, it's really fun to explore because you've been there in real life and you can see all the areas. But there we are. That's the main terminal. You can catch the flights from all over the world. The detail these devs go into is absolutely incredible. But there we are, the entire airport's modelled. I love the fact it's got a little interactive train going around as well. But yeah, I think MK Studios do some of the best FPS friendly, high quality sceneries available. What do you know about this airport? 3 parallel runways. We just landed on runway 34 right, so you've got 3 available. There's Seattle in the distance over there as well. So you can do some sort of local flights from the airport. I don't know if I have any G airports there. Cargo stands, not sure where they are, to the south perhaps. Very nice. Anyone here been in and out of Seattle? Actually, to be fair, the people that probably purchased this scenery are asleep in Seattle, but at least they'll have been able to see my stream and have a little look around. I'm only barely scratching the surface when I do these scenery tours. There are far more detailed, dedicated ones on YouTube if you want to find the ins and outs of the scenery, but there we go. Very nice indeed. I will keep an eye out on VATSIM for VATSIM events for Seattle, so I can join some of you in all the traffic here on the event. Where have I parked? There we are. Oh, the air bridge didn't connect, so I guess the yes, I don't think I've got the air bridge connected quite right, but there you go. They are making their way to an air bridge. It's because I don't have a GSX profile installed for this airport. I think there is one included, but we'll ignore the facts. The passengers are are teleporting their ways into the terminal. So, Seattle Airport, just as a reminder, it's available in all of the various stores, so we'll run a little giveaway so you guys can get a voucher to purchase it. So Contrail, SimMarket, Indybuilt and Orbex. Airport's known as SeaTac, largest airport in the Pacific Northwest, major hub for Alaska Airlines and Delta. Strong aviation ties historically, but you've got the up-to-date high-quality ground textures, runway markings, taxiways, custom jetways. Interiors are fully modelled, accurate airport and runway elevation data, custom vehicle, custom taxiway labels, etc, etc. So go check out the scenery. It's on mkstudios.pl, Polish developer, products, Seattle Airport. Have a look if you're interested in their scenery. Very nice. And once again, thank you very much for sending out a copy. Who would like to win a Contrail voucher so you can purchase this scenery? I mean, you can use it whatever you like, but ideally you'd purchase the Seattle scenery, and I'll price it accordingly. What I'll do, I'll set up a giveaway here in the background, and if you are the lucky winner of the giveaway, you need to get in contact with me via social media. I accept DMs on my Flight Deck to Sim Instagram page, on X, or you can email me, flydecktosim@gmail.com. Right, let me just go here to the dashboard. Giveaways here for Nightbot set up in the background. Keyword, please listen carefully. I'm going to ask you a question in chat. Only put the answer to this question once. It will be a dead easy question, but if you put it in more than once, it will not allow you to win. Okay, stop it about mods and members. Right, who can win it? Viewers, regulars, mods, members. Keyword is this. Okay, anti-spam is on. Okay, done. Okay, now type in the 4-letter ICAO code for Seattle, please. Only do it once. Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. Having store, you've got it. 1903 Luke Zupan, you've got it. There we go. Get that in chat for your chance to win the giveaway. As mentioned, if you are the fortunate winner, get in contact with me. Flight Deck to Sim Instagram page. I accept DMs. I'll keep a lookout for anyone requesting the prize. I'll make a note of your YouTube handle, your profile picture as well, so I know it's you. If you still happen to use Twitter/X, you can message me there, or as I said, if you don't have social media, you can email me. My email is on the About section of my YouTube homepage, flightdecktosim@gmail.com. Perfect. I'll let that run for a few more minutes, and then I'll try and get that organised by the weekend today before I go to work, if you're quick to message, and I'll get that voucher pinged out so you can enjoy the scenery and fly to Seattle this weekend. PMDG 777 worked flawlessly. Another aircraft to consider for your aviation library. It is expensive, $77, but it's a PMDG aircraft. We know they make fantastic aircraft, and I have to say I don't fly the 777, but the short bit of handling I do, takeoff landing, as you would do in real life, feels really nice. Let's see how 2024 progresses for the rest of the year, huh? Replay will do. We'll see how that works. I've saved it. That's why the flight recorder embedded is open at the top. Alpaca Airways merch available, thanks Nightbot. Overpriced, ridiculously overpriced. Can't set it any lower though. I was looking at it because I was sending off some mugs to an ATC controller that provided ATC, and £12. It's ridiculous. So yeah, don't buy any of my products. It's stupidly overpriced. My fiance Joe was saying, why don't you get some printed? You can send them off. And I said, I might do that actually. Right. I think everyone's pretty much finished putting KSEA in chat, so what we'll do, stop music, I'll roll the giveaway now. So with Nightbot, what it will do is bring up the winner in chat, so let's do it here. So choose a winner, 3, 2, 1. The winner of the scenery is Board. Someone called Board has won the giveaway. Board, congratulations. I've never seen you on any live stream before.
Hello there.
Welcome on board. Board has won the giveaway. Board, are you here? Wait, what? He says. Yes, wait, what? Board, congratulations, you have won the Seattle scenery from MK Studios. I hope you have Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 or 2024. I forgot to mention this scenery is compatible with both sims. If you could, Board, get in contact with me, as I mentioned, via social media or my email, and we'll get you a voucher so you can purchase this scenery. He's here. He said, wait, what? That is all. So hopefully He's got the message. He's in complete shock. I've been watching every live stream. Don't worry, just a lurker. Oh, very good, board. Well, drop me a message. We'll get you a contrail voucher or a sim market, or wherever you want to get this scenery from, so you can enjoy the scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well done, sir. Right then, I have. Let me just take a screenshot of that, so I remember your name and. Well, I won't forget your name. I'll get in contact. Fantastic. Cheers, board. Thank you very much indeed. And you don't have a... Oh, no, you do have a profile picture. Looking very smart, sir. Right then. Well, that concludes the stream. GSX is taking a long time to kick all my passengers off. So what I'm going to do is restart it. There we are. Bye-bye, everyone. And I'm going to attempt the replay in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, which I have not done in a very long time, so bear with me as I jump back into the cockpit here. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go to panel state, load, let's go for taxi, execute. That will get my engines running, give it a second, there we are. We'll get the...
Tacoma International Airport ATIP information, Hotel 02.
Now, for some reason, putting it into that one played the ATIS, but I don't know what happened there, or how the ATIS started playing. Did I not have my radio on or something? Anyway, I've tuned that all up appropriately. We'll give the aircraft a second to sort of catch up with the replay. Close the hatches. Hopefully that will have closed the hatches by loading that panel state. It has. Right. This might be interesting, guys. I don't know if this will work. Just turn the lights on as they were on final. Cue the replay music. Oh no, that's my navigraph. Cue the replay music. Turn that down because that's way too loud. Right, what do I press here then? Play. Ooh.
2,500.
Let's have a look.
1,500.
Guys, have I got replays in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? Annoyingly, a massive, huge flyback camera. Oh, fantastic. That's very GSX. That reminds me of the opening scenes of GTA 3 or 4. Sky camera. Oh my god, what is going on here? Okay, well that will do. We'll just... Can't minimise that because it will disappear forever. Did I lock off a VAT sim? I did. Right, let's have a look at what was definitely a butter landing, guys. There's no doubt at all. Oh yeah, you got to give me that. You got to give me that. That was definitely a butter. The reversers don't come out. Oh, they do. All the animations are working in the replay. And it was just idle reverse. Remember, we selected so. It's a bit janky, but it does work. Alex, don't... Yeah, I think aeroplane control does literally that. I'm back at flying the airplane. Textbook Lulu, absolutely, thank you. I wish every landing was like that. Right, let's have a look at that again. Yeah, it works alright, doesn't it? See what other views I've got available. I've got like a gear view. The speed rate's just out because of the replay. Ooh! Alright, well let's... Ooh. Where was that gear view I had? Different! I'll have you know, the trees look a bit interesting. And the audio's got a bit funky. Let's have a look at the gear animations. Navigraph is up again. Just testing you up. These aren't the sounds, by the way, of the Microsoft Flight Sim PMDG. It's the replay doing this. Unfortunately, the massive FCI embedded controllers blocking it too. There's the there's the shadow. Cool camera view. Oh, look at that centerline tracking. I'll have you know. No tyre smoke, unfortunately. Oh, look at that centerline tracking, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, there's on the oleo. Superb. Takes up effort to mess up landing a triple. Oh, I'll bear that in mind for future streams. Right. Oh, look at the animations and the flaps. That's amazing. Really nice. Right then, what we'll do is pop you back in here so you can enjoy an approach. Really nice to do a replay, actually. in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I think that's probably a little bit too far back. No, that'll do. Right then, guys, what I will do is minimise that, and you'll just have to ignore it being up there. Do I dare close it? I have done. That will be fine. Looks better then. Right then, once again, thank you very much for tuning into an early Flight Deck Sim live stream. Don't usually stream at this time, so great fun to jump in and do something at this hour. Some different faces in chat, but of course the usual people are also here as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks to PMDG for sending out the 777-200. That was released in the early hours of this morning, so if you enjoyed the aircraft and want to replicate 777-200 ER ops in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you're not going to get a better 777 available. And massive thanks to MK Studios for sending out the Seattle scenery as well. That's now available too. It's around $20. Very reasonable price for high quality scenery, so go check them out. And once again, thank you for them sending out the scenery. Right, we'll conclude things today. Next stream in the next few days. Probably nothing concrete, I'm afraid, guys, because I'm quite busy on my days off, but keep an eye out on my socials and subscribe, press the bell icon so you'll be notified when I do publish a stream. Right, that's it. What is it today? Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on another live stream very soon. Bye bye.